welcome to this episode of the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. I'm Mandira Lalvani, and with me today is Chaiti Narula to take you through all the excitement from the Bangalore Turf Club.
In fact, last weekend we showed them an entire countdown to the Kingfisher Bangalore Derby 2012, and today we will get them an entire roundup of the actual derby.
Absolutely right. Lots of excitement, of course, a lot of rain as well, but then Bangalore summer, it always plays out that way. First up today, however, is Mahindra Malia's interview with the chairman of the BTC, Dr. Sunil Gautam.
The chairman of the BTC, Dr. Srinivas Gowda, was beaming with pride and joy at the 25th year of the Kingfisher Bangalore Derby.
We started this association in 1988, at which point of time the race was just about worth 5 lakhs and the winner was probably getting just 3 lakhs. And over the years, from that beginning, last year I think we were the richest race in the country with more than 2 crores 32 lakhs, and this year also is, I think it's about 2 crores 24 lakhs. So we have come a long way, and the winner is getting something like 1 crore 24 lakhs, which makes it probably the second richest race in the country this year. Last year we were the richest.
You spoke about the fact that you're the second richest race in the country. So if you look back to the 25 years that were, and the stake money with which you all started and gradually progressed to become so humongous and colossal change that BTC has been able to bring about in the stake money, can you take us through that entire journey?
See, the thing is, at one point of time, only Bangalore used to have summer racing. So consequently, the summer racing in Bangalore has always been at the top of the racing calendar's program, because most of the others, because they were not having winter races, all the centers would send their horses here, for summering as it were. And in fact, we used to have the best horses running. And I think even racing wise, in the last 20 to 30 years, we have Bangalore has done a lot. We are the premier race club which has encouraged tote-oriented betting.
Dr. Srinivas Gowda's take on the niggling land issue.
Actually, originally when this land was given to us by the erstwhile Maharaja of Mysore, it was given on the understanding that we will be in possession of this land as long as racing is held here. That is why you see that except racing there is nothing else here. We have nothing, only racing. But even then, later on what happened with the post-independent changes, at one point of time the government said, look, you have to enter into an agreement and all that. So they said 30 years and things like that, and which was coming to an end in 2009. So we requested them, but despite all our efforts, we didn't see eye to eye. But then, so we had to go, we were forced to go to the court. Now the situation is, the High Court has said, okay, if the government wishes that you should go elsewhere, fine, but nothing can be built here. So now we have taken that to the Supreme Court, but we have no intention to fight the government either legally or otherwise. Now that the High Court order clearly says that nothing can be built here, we are hoping to persuade the present, there is a new Chief Minister, the present government, to withdraw that notice, because they can't build anything here. Even if they take the land, it is not going to be of any use to them.
How did the BTC manage to succeed with their tote collections, which are the highest in the country?
Totes set up in various localities of Bangalore. We're trying to expand that network, because today with traveling becoming more tiring, people do prefer to spend their Saturdays and Sundays possibly close to their house if you can organize a tote facility for them. And we already have about 3 in place. Another couple are on the annual. And I think sure that not only boost our turnover, it will also give access and possibly increase the popularity of the sport.
How does the Bangalore Turf Club plan to popularize the sport?
So nowhere in India is the turnover crossed even anywhere close to us. This is the main reason why, because of the taxation and keeping the deductions low, we are able to keep the punters with us.
The ex-chairman of the Bangalore Turf Club spoke about the stabling facilities.
Now we are having facility to stable about 1,000 and odd horses. Recently we have built about 40 stables, temporary stables. And outside the Bangalore Turf Club also we have taken some land and we have built temporary stables. That is helping us out.
The Kingfisher Bangalore Derby is most certainly one of those two go-to social events on the Bangalore social calendar, and no surprise then that you had a host of people dressed out, turned out in their Sunday best, including the two of us.
Yeah, absolutely. I was in fact in the Kingfisher marquee tent and everybody was having so much fun. A lot of color, a lot of women dressed up in hats, men dressed up in fancy blazers. It was indeed a very exciting day.
So let's go and have a look at what all people wore and came for the Kingfisher Bangalore Derby.
Well, in India, the derby is, of course, in the afternoon. So, you know, light linen jackets, linen trousers, colorful ties, are the way to go, really. Women, not long dresses, but perhaps just over the knee would be nice. Even under the knee is fine. I think in India, hats are really not the way to go. I think it's been tried, tested. Culturally, I don't think it works for us here. The weather doesn't allow it. But I think you've got to consider the weather and you've got to dress accordingly, but you've got to look colorful. It's all about color. It's about lifestyle. The Kingfisher Bangalore Derby is about color, fashion, lifestyle. You've got to dress with color.
The Kingfisher Bangalore Derby on July 15 saw an attendance of over 20,000 people, and the Bangalore Turf Club was bustling with celebrities and fashionistas from across the country. From the hats and the headgears to the shoes and fancy dresses, fashion has always been an intricate part of the Kingfisher Bangalore Derby throughout its history. Unparalleled style, glamour and thrill is what the Kingfisher Bangalore Derby is all about. The Kingfisher marquee tent is one place where the ladies come looking fancy, donned in hats, and the men come suited and booted to perfection.
So a lot of celebrities here at the Kingfisher Bangalore Derby, a lot of fashionistas, and the Bangalore Derby really wouldn't be the same if there wasn't this Kingfisher influence in it. The UB Group and Kingfisher has really made the Bangalore Derby what it is today.
And what better time than now? You ended up catching up with Samar Singh Shekhawat himself, who is the Vice President of Marketing of the United Breweries Group. Let's take a look at the story Mandira has for us.
So it's 25 years of the Bangalore Kingfisher Derby, and with me is Samar Singh Shekhawat, a man who's made this event larger than life, completely instrumental in bringing it to us the way it is. Samar, first and foremost, 25 years of this iconic event in Bangalore. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Mandira.
Tell us about this journey, what it's been like and why this is so important to you.
Well, we started in 1988, so like you correctly said, this is the Silver Jubilee. And it's a very emotional event for us because it is started by our chairman, and we've continued the legacy. Last year it was the Indian racing circuit's richest prize in Indian racing history, etc. This year we've come close. But more than that, it has become the preeminent social event on Bangalore's calendar, and the crowds here, love the race, etc. And yeah, like you rightly said, we do a lot of activation around it and make the event much larger than just the actual race itself.
You spoke about the people. I mean, this Bangalore race course is just packed to the hilt. There's a certain buzz about it which is not there in the normal race days. What kind of a feeling did you get in when you walked in today with your lovely wife?
Well, yes, there's a certain buzz, there's a certain pulse, and obviously the excitement is building up to a crescendo, which will be the Kingfisher Derby. And we're used to this, but this year's bigger and better than ever before. If you see the branding, you see the enthusiasm amongst the crowd. And this year, I'm told the race is wide open. I mean, there are no clear favorites, so that makes it even more interesting from a stakes point of view. And so therefore, we're looking forward to a great event.
Yes, the race is wide open also because the going is so soft. It rained today, which will kind of mix it up a bit. But of course, we'll see what bets you've placed and figure that out later. But let's talk a little bit of shop right now. As far as the brand is concerned, Kingfisher and this marriage with horse racing, are you pleased with it? What other plans in the pipeline to take it forward?
I think horse racing is a sport associated with the rich and famous. It embodies style, glamour, passion, luxury, aspiration. and yet it is aspiration that is accessible to the common man. As you can see, you can come in here, watch the, place your stakes, watch the race, etc. And that's very much Kingfisher's philosophy. It's a brand that is associated with style, speed, glamour, and yet is aspirational and accessible to everyone. So really there's a great fit. Going ahead, R1 is going to be a big initiative for us, and we will look at branding and other initiatives and promotions across 12 major races on the Indian racing circuit. So yes, the plans are to make our involvement deeper and more lasting.
And what about you and horse racing personally? Are you interested in the sport? Has it been a big part of your growing up?
Well, I'm a Rajput. We grew up around horses. I did a little riding in school. I have, relatives who play polo across the country. So yes, it's very much a part of my growing up.
Thanks very much for speaking with us and best of luck.
Thanks, Mandira. All the best.
Time for a short break right here on the Fly Kingfisher winning post.
Yes, but stay with us because when we return, we'll focus on the 13 contenders that make the field for the Kingfisher Bangalore Derby. Stay with us.
Thank you so much for staying with us here on the Fly Kingfisher winning post. In fact, we're here at the Bangalore Derby 2012. An entire racecourse is indeed decked up in the Kingfisher colours, which is red and white. A beautiful scenario right here at the Bangalore Derby.
Absolutely. It is 25 years after all of this glorious association of Kingfisher and the Bangalore Derby. This year has 13 runners that make up the field for the Bangalore Derby. Now, interestingly enough, Chaiti, this year will be maybe slightly more complicated, you may say, or it might be interesting to see how things turn out. It's been raining, which means that the racing gods have thrown in this variation into this already unpredictable mix. So the going will suit some horses, won't suit some. The result could well be unpredictable, but then hey, this is racing.
There are 13 contenders this year for the Kingfisher Bangalore Derby 2012. This glance through the paddock will not be able to tell you the winner, but here are some favourites that the connections prefer.
Tilted Appellation is an improving horse, but I think he just lacks class over Machiavellism right now. Machiavellism is a very straightforward horse. We don't need to plan anything for him. Pace won't make any difference. He's got a good turn of foot and he's a very genuine horse. Machiavellism, Tintin Abilation and Shivalik Hero are the horses to watch out in the Derby.
The first two which have finished the Coles Trial, Machiavellism and Shivalik Hero are the top contenders because they both ran great races in that.
Machiavellism is the top contender. I'm very impressed with his other runner also, Tintin Abilation. He's won very well. I like the way he's won. And of course Shivalik Hero has run a very good race in the Colts. He's done nothing wrong.
Both the horses, Machiavellism and Tintin Abilation, is a very good chance. They are the one of the best contender in that particular race.
My personal choice would be Tintin Abilation. He's a Hyderabad horse, got abroad, won very well last time over 9 furlongs. And yet another Hyderabad horse, Machiavellism, who won the Coles Trial Stakes.
My pick is Tintin Abilation, then Machiavellism second chance.
Since 1988, there have always been upsets in this race. The entire racecourse sure seems positive on Machiavellism, who is the winner of the Coles Championship stake. Machiavellism is by Belmont Stakes winner Jazeel. The connections are confident of the manner he won his lead-up race.
Machiavellism, we always had very high opinion on him. He had a very good start in Hyderabad. Then he went to Bombay for the Breeders' Produce. He ran a poor-ish race and we worried what went wrong. But we sorted him out. He was gelded in Bombay and he didn't come well from Bombay to Bangalore. He took his time, but now he's come in his own. I think he'll be my main contender for the Derby.
Stablemate Tintin Abilation is the other one that the connections do favour. The horse is by a steer called Intikhab. P.S. Chauhan, though, has decided to partner Machiavellism. Tintin Abilation is a combination of speed, stamina and class and is a possible contender to beat Machiavellism. Either way, the Derby would be in LVR Deshmukh's bag. But has the Derby come too soon for Tintin Abilation? We will find out. Portia, the winner of Nanoli Stud Juvenile Million, seems like another strong contender. Pacey Shroff is pegged to have a realistic chance at this classic. Silver Birch has been working well and Portia's stamina will come to test in this classic. Hachiko, which is trained by M.K. Jadhav, showed some great performance in the Mumbai season and proved his class by winning the Poonawalla Breeders' multi-million in Mumbai. Let's see if he lives up to his Mumbai form.
Starting to sweep down the outside, and also coming very quickly on the outside is Day's Best, but going to the front, Chico, and Chico beats Day's Best.
Maple Star, which is trained by Karthik Ganpati, is the progeny of Mull of Kintyre. This filly has been working well, but not seen as a much fancied contender when you look at the opening odds. The colt that ran second to Machiavellianism in the Colts Championship stake was Shivalik Hero. He is being pegged to give the two hot favourites from LVR Deshmukh's stable a tough fight for supremacy.
Machiavellianism, who won the Colts trial, and my horse ran second, Shivalik Hero, to him. Definitely these two horses will be in the finishing line. And the horse who won the 9 furlong race a week back, Tintiblation, he has won in a very good style, so he's going to be in the frame too.
From the Naredu clan is Superstorm, trained by Satish Naredu, who seems positive on his chances.
I have got Superstorm running in the race. I have used the front running strategy in that race. He was well up, and now this time I am trying to do something different and hope he runs a good race.
Defining Moment has been trained by Altamash and has won a 7 furlong race well, but the question is on his potential to stay the distance of the Derby. According to most trainers, the dark horse of the race is Padmanabhan trained Borsellino.
I think that Padu's horse Borsellino will run a game race.
Borsellino has been working well and looks like he's in irresistible form. We all wait with bated breath as the horses are just about to get into the starting gate.
As the horses are just about to get into the gates, we're going to take a short break here, Mandira, on the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post.
That's right, but you better stay with us because we'll return with the race. Thank you for staying with us here on the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. Moments to go now before the Kingfisher Bangalore Derby 2012. The contenders are in the gates.
Let's go over now to the commentator for the call.
And the horses are just about to be getting into the starting gate for the Kingfisher Bangalore Derby 2012. Will it be Machiavellianism, Tintinabulation, Shivalik Hero, or a dark horse? They're all in, and let's see who wins this prestigious derby.
They're all in, the line is set. They're off and racing for the Kingfisher Bangalore Derby Grade 1 2012 to a lovely even start by all the 13 runners. And as they settle down to race, Borsellino hits the front past the grandstands, about a length and a quarter in front of Silver Birch in second position. Tintinabulation is towards the inside rails, being joined on the outside by Machiavellianism. A length and a quarter further back, there's Defining Moment. Hachiko making a forward move to be prominently poised behind the leaders. Very close behind is Glacier's Bay. A gap about 2.5 lengths further back, there's Superstorm. On the outside, there is Maple Star. A length further back comes Shivalik Hero. Southern Opinion. Towards the rails, there is Porsche. And a close last is Own Asset as they come into the back stretch. Past the 1400 meter marker at quite a decent clip here. Borsellino calling the shots. A length and a half in front of Silver Birch in second position. Towards the rails there in the white cap is Tintinabulation. Then comes Hachiko. Machiavellianism on the outside. Towards the fence there is Glacier's Bay being overtaken by Defining Moment. Very close behind is Shivalik Hero and Superstorm racing together. After that there is Maple Star, Porsche, Own Asset and Southern Opinion as they come towards the 900 meter marker. Crossing the 800 meter marker now. It's Borsellino about a length and a quarter in front of Silver Birch, holding on to the second position. Towards the race there's Tintinabulation now being joined by Hachiko. A length and a quarter further back there's Defining Moment dropping slightly back. Machiavellianism making a forward move. Superstorm is going wide at the bend. After that there is Shivalik Hero. As they come into the home stretch, it's Borsellino who comes in home first, clear by about 2 lengths in front of Tintinabulation towards the inside rail. Silver Birch on the middle. On the outside is Machiavellianism. Then comes Shivalik Hero. Hachiko has got a check and drop back. Defining Moment and Superstorm on the wide outside with about 300 meters more to run. Borsellino is still about 2.5-3 lengths in front of Silver Birch. Then there's Machiavellianism and Tintinabulation, but they're all in futile chase inside the final furlong. Borsellino is going further and further away. Borsellino in a stunning upset is about 5-6 lengths clear and running away with the Kingfisher Derby. Borsellino wins it from a Superstorm coming in to finish second. Then comes Silver Birch as they race past the finish.
Horse number 1 Borsellino took full advantage of the innermost draw and shot ahead split seconds after the gates flung open. He stood testimony to great speed and reserves of stamina in a dazzling runaway victory from gate to post. While Machiavellianism, trained by LVR Deshmukh, was the prime fancy, his travelling wide again did not help his cause. Superstorm was the widest to take the turn, and just when one would dismiss his chances, he produced a notable finishing effort to beat the rest. The going was soft, but nothing mattered to the Padmanabhan-trained Borsellino, who dictated his own terms all the way. In the straight, he galloped away impressively, relishing the wet conditions to the hilt. Jockey Sandesh was beaming with joy, tasting his first Derby success early in his budding career. Silver Birch did reasonably well to finish third.
Borsellino is a very special occasion for us because we won the broodmare. We sent her abroad. We brought her back covered by a good stallion. And today he went out and won the Derby. You know, we had offers for him. We had offers for the dam at various stages. But we continued to keep faith in the mare and keep the progenies for us to race. We are damn thrilled with the result. It's not only training horses, it is also owning them and then breeding out of the good ones, which is a very special thrill. You know, if you look at it, you know, 8 lengths behind the best bred horses in the country were 8 lengths behind Borsellino, which is a great thrill for us because we are coming into a full circle of being an owner, trainer and a breeder.
It was a great pleasure to see a horse bred by us come back from abroad and, you know, win over here, which is a record which has not been done by anybody in India as of today.
Well, and as you can see, it's been a pretty wet Kingfisher Bangalore Summer Derby, but nonetheless a superb one, right from the build-up into the race to the proceedings on race day. And of course, we saw a champion in Borsellino. To me, that was a red-letter day happening for Indian breeding. Running Flame, his mother, the winner of the Indian Turf Invitation, the Indian Oaks, a number of Group 1 races, and now, of course, her son, Borsellino, coming and winning the Grade 1, the Bangalore Summer Derby, sponsored by Kingfisher. So, really, a great moment, I think, historically in the country's history. I think India has a lot to feel proud for what's happened this afternoon at the Bangalore Turf Club.
What a fantastic race, what a result and what a presentation. The rain did not dampen any spirits. Well, seems to be the year of derbies for the Padmanabhans. Congratulations to them, congratulations to Bairam Gigi Boy. And that's all we have for you on this episode of The Winning Post.
And may the horse be with you.
See you next week.
Fly Kingfisher Winning Post is powered by the Serum Institute of India and Hirko Industries.